All right, we are live for the very first show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. My name is Matthew Brat Jackson, and I just am doing this for fun. I mean, I know a lot about sports, and I see other people talking about sports, so why not I talk about sports, and especially the sports that I love, like baseball, basketball, hockey, and just come on in. We'll talk. We'll have fun. And if you have a controversial opinion, let's talk about it. But right now, we're talking about this weekend's WWE Wrestlepalooza. Man, what a what a show it was. That's all it was. It was a show, and oh fuck, where did she go? Sorry. There we go. See, already making moves now. WrestlePalooza. What can you say? It was a show. It was a show to have the ESPN deal. That's all it was. And did I pay my $30 to watch WrestlePalooza? Of course I did. Of course I did. Like, why wouldn't I want to watch Brock Lesnar versus John Cena? You got John Cena coming in one of his very last dates, one of the greatest of all time, and you're gonna have him get squashed like that by Brock Lesnar once again. It doesn't make any sense. That why would you take away a date from John Cena just to I'm sorry. I recorded this twice already, and I thought I did good the first time, and then my audio didn't work, and I filmed it on a um, my webcam. So this iPhone, which is the newest iPhone until tomorrow when they come out of iPhone 17. Um, but yeah, it doesn't make sense. It hurts John Cena, and it just hurts the future. Last five dates of John Cena's career. And let's be honest, a lot of people are upset with Brock Lesnar even coming back. He's not supposed to be there. They say. So what good does that do? You take away you take away John Cena, and then you give Brock Lesnar a win that he doesn't really deserve, just to make him look strong. But we all know Brock Lesnar looks strong. We all know that he is the beast incarnate. Um, so that whole situation. I mean, John Cena comes out with 25,000 little kids, and then you have Brock Lesnar, and then he's gonna cry, and then they're gonna cry. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense, and I just don't really. That gets the bratwurst for the weekend. I have a rating system, and if it's bad, it gets a bratwurst because a bratwursts are tasty, and two, it's trendy. Uh, Speaking about that, the worst we can go to the best. AJ Lee versus AJ Lee and CM Punk. AJ's back for the first time in 10 years, teaming up with her husband against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. It was a great match. The four of them had great chemistry. AJ doesn't look like she lost a step. I honestly think it was perfect in every way. Punk and AJ got the win. And then you have Rollins and Becky, doing what they do best, and that's just putting people over. And I honestly, this Punk and Rollins feud though has to kind of come to an end because it's not dragged on because it's been really entertaining, but what more can you do? I mean, they fought at WrestleMania. They fought a few other times. Rollins costed Punk the title at SummerSlam, and you gotta end it soon. You know, I hope they have a big blow off because I think Rollins and Punk deserve that because of how entertaining their feud has been. Their feud has been one of the best feuds in wrestling, and I'm not even saying like now. Like if you look at Punk's rivals in the day, you can go back and look at Jeff Hardy and John Cena and Road Glass, and you know him and Rollins have just been back and forth amazing. And I can see AJ Lee definitely fighting Becky for the Intercontinental Women's Championship. I think that's the next step. AJ Lee looked phenomenal. And that was, if you take away all the bad Brock Lesnar and John Cena did, I think AJ Lee and Punk against the Hot Husband and Becky Lynch definitely was worth it. That was one of the best matches of the night. Um, then you get another good part. Sorry, I recorded this twice already. Stephanie Vasquez winning the vacant women's championship against Io Sky. Naomi vacated it now that she's gonna have a little Uso of herself, and it was a great match. Those two are some of the best women wrestlers. Not some of the two best women wrestlers in WWE, and I would even say in professional wrestling right now. Those two can definitely lift up that women's division without the help from Rhea Ripley. Uh, Stephanie Vasquez, she earned it, and I was surprised that there was no Kabukiism between the Kabuki Warriors, and I thought Io Sky was gonna get you know screwed over by Asuka or Kairi Sane. That's what they've been doing on Raw, so I don't know why that didn't happen. But that match was great. It definitely the right person won, and I'm glad it was Stephanie Vasquez because she has always been great. She's always been great. Speaking about stuff that has not been great, the tag team matches, the tag match between the Bronze and the Usos. I mean, besides having LA Knight, in it didn't really do anything really that good for them. Is there any comments? I don't know how to. I just I'm using the software, and I don't know. Oh, this is me on this. I'm live. Oh, Brat Jackson over WrestlePalooza. Joey Fresh. Oh, thank you, buddy. Hey, yeah, Joey Fresh. We're gonna talk about WrestleMania because I gotta go on a rant about that later. Um, thank you for being the first comment, Joey Fresh. Yeah. What was I saying? It just Jay Uso bust himself open, and it was just a match to give the Vision the win. LA Knight, he had nothing to do, so what do? You make him the honorary special guest referee, and he let all hell break loose. I thought that was nice. The finish was a little concaded due to Usos losing his brain, and yeah, it was good. And then you have Stephanie McMahon getting announced into the WWE Hall of Fame next year. And I'll be honest, a lot of people in the '90s who grew up watching wrestling, they had their crushes: Trish Stratus, Lita, Stacy Keibler, Molly Holly. But no, I always prefer the Billion Dollar Princess. I'll be honest. She was. I had a poster on my wall of her. So seeing her get inducted by or getting announced, well deserved. She's been. I know she's the boss's daughter, but she's been doing a lot for WWE since she was a child. The whole thing of her coming in with the Undertaker, sacrificing her, almost marrying her, and just the whole $1 billion princess, the corporation. Stephanie McMahon, she's awesome, and I'm glad that she's in the Hall of Fame next year. Um, but yeah, WrestlePalooza though, that really is just it's just it was a show to show the incoming to the ESPN era. That's all it was. There was it was just needed to put on a show, have it in Indiana, bring out Pat McAfee, get the crowd going. Of course, make sure you pay your $30 a month to watch these shows. You gotta make sure you pay the $30. Oh, I don't have any viewers. I had three. That's cool. Three for the first show. Um, but also with that, really, WrestlePalooza, I give it like a 2 out of 5. It was, you know, it was a show. That's all it was. There wasn't big implements. Oh my god, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. Cody versus Drew for the WWE Championship. Drew, you almost had it once again. You will be WWE champion once again one day, but WrestlePalooza was not your day. Cody won again. Where does this go from Cody? What are we gonna see with him? Honestly, you almost had it once again. You will be WWE champion once again one day. Hold on. But yeah, see, this is the first show, so I'm making some change. I got to figure out how this goes. But overall, Cody retained the WWE Championship. The finish, Rhodes hits Cody Crossroads on a Drew that hurt his leg. It was nothing special. It was just a main event to make Cody look strong. But overall, that wasn't that great of a show. It wasn't. I've seen other shows. If AEW, if WWE really wants to get onto the ESPN bandwagon and pay people, I'm not a Nazi, Marcus. I just it wasn't the show. But speaking of a show, speaking of the other show, on the other side of the wrestling aisle, we had AEW and they're all out pay per view. I will be completely honest. I don't watch AEW. Not because I'm a tribalism fan with the WWE. I just never really paid too much attention to it. But I have seen clips, and this is my show, and we're going to talk about it. So, oh jeez, don't shut up. Not because I'm a tribalism fan with the WWE. Damn it. I'm sorry. Uh, Jack Perry and Luchasaurus came back. Had a nice little reunion. I thought that was cute. Jungle Boy and his dinosaur back together again. I always liked them as a tag team. And I don't really know why Jack Perry was against the Young Bucks. I feel like they were like a team with the Elite and Okada, and all of a sudden they're I don't know. I need to talk to people that watch AEW and tell me um, why. But overall, that was was a cute moment. Cute moment. Speaking about cute moments, we had sorry, I got an itch on my leg. We have Colt and Christian Cage coming back to take on FTR in a match that I think everybody wanted to see. Colt and Anna Christian, historical tag team, and FTR is just a dream match. I love that their team is Colt as the good guy, and Christian is still in his a-hole persona. Like, Christian, can I just call him Edge and Christian, please? I can't call him Cope. It's weird. He's been Edge. He'll always be Edge. Edge is like he might be an a-hole, but he's my a-hole, and Christian still does the whole, I'm an a-hole and your dad's dead gimmick. I love it. I think they got the win, and I don't, are they going to go for the tag team titles? I don't think so. I think this is a nice little reunion tour. If I can pivot a little bit, I really hope they do something with Edge and John Cena's retirement because that was the feud in 2006. Started with Edge cashing in on John Cena. We all know the history, and I think it would be a mistake if they don't do something. I know they're all each doing their own moves. Cena hitting the spear, Edge is hitting John Cena's FU, which he did really good, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, that was like one of the best attitude. I'm sorry, attitude adjustments I've seen. And I want to see. I want to start watching AEW on a regular basis now that I'm doing this show. But overall, yeah, historical tag team gets the win, and we'll see what goes on from there. Um, Pac returned uh, for the Darby Allin John Moxley match. I'm a big Moxley fan. Darby Allin's back from Mount Everest, and um, yeah, it was a match that you thought was going to happen. It was a coffin match, casket match, whatever you want to call it. There was blood, there was forks, there was what you would expect this match to be. I don't know if Pac came back and reunited with the Death Riders. Like I said, I haven't watched the show. But Yeah, Pac's always been like the mysterious guy. He's kind of like a loner, kind of just, but like, we'll see. Is this going to lead to Pac versus Moxley? I don't. One good thing about the show, I like Chris Statlander, Long Island native, just like myself. She won the AEW Women's Championship, which is great. I don't like to say that she deserves it because who am I to say who deserves what? But rightfully so, Chris Statlander. That was a great win, and I'm just glad that she is the new women's champion. Tony Storm, always entertaining, no matter what you do, no matter how much she's great. Tony Storm's great, and having a new champion shows a new direction in that women's division. Um, but what's next for them? I think it was Teleka and Jamie Hayter in the match. I like Jamie Hayter. Tele, Talika, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared. I just don't watch the show. Um, we other big matches. Brodito, Brody King, and Bandito. I swear to God, I don't wrestling. They're the tag team champions. I don't know how that tag team came to be, and especially give them a tag team title championship reign that early in their tag team life. Yeah, good for them. I like Brody King. He's a cool guy. Bandito, former world ring Ring of Honor champion, and yeah, that was just a match to put on the show for the fans. Okada, still the AEW Unified champion. I don't know what Unified. There's 17,000 belts in AEW. I wish they would cut him off, but yeah, he retained. Okada's one of the best in the world. But if I can get a little serious right now, Mercedes Monet. I don't care for her. I've never really cared for Mercedes Monet. Even when she was Sasha Banks in the WWE, I don't really care. She retained the TBS championship. She can put on. She has what, 9 belts? I can't even name you a single one that's not the TBS championship. It don't matter. You can cover yourself up with as many belts and call yourself a men's warehouse, but I'm not gonna care. I don't see the appeal with Sasha Banks. I really don't. Or Mercedes Monet. Um, yeah, good, cool. You won. Do your entrance and whatever. Win another Pacific Northwest Women's Championship and make me not care. Uh, Mark Briscoe, MJF. I want to watch this match. I mean, there's a lot. Like, going over this card that I see, you have tables and tacks, a ladder match, a coffin match. Tony Khan, you were just booking shit. Oh my god. Um, yeah, that it's just that these AEW shows are way too long. I'll tell you, they're way too long to just. You have like a 2 hour pre-show, and then you have 74 matches. You have a ladder match, a coffin match, a tag match. Every single title is being defended. I listed about 6 matches so far, and there's still like 5 I haven't even talked about. Um, but I'll be honest, I've been to an AEW show. I've been to Double or Nothing when it was here in Vegas. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I got to see Edge break both of his ankles. But yeah, this weekend, if you were a wrestling fan, you got to sit down and watch all wrestling. And what can be better than that? I honestly don't. I if I had to give, if this was a competition, which it's not, because we can all enjoy everything together, I would give the win to All Out. I would, because it was a better show. The WWE is getting too corporate. And for the last segment, I do want to talk about something that's really been bothering me. Um, WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. What are you doing? Why? There's London has been asking for WrestleMania for years. for absolutely 25, 30, 40 years. And you don't go to London. Listen, I have no problem with with WrestleMania being in another continent, in another country, thousands and thousands of miles away, and I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch it. I am actually excited. So I love when the UFC and WWE have pay per views on the other side of the world because I like waking up early. Okay, I like to watch wrestling with a ball of Lucky Charms. So it's just it's just too much. It's just too much. The prices are ridiculous. Okay, I looked up today the prices for WrestleMania next year, and it's in Vegas. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Vegas local. I legitimately live 10 minutes away from Allegiant Stadium. And I'm not excited it's there because the tickets are so damn expensive. There's no need for floor seats to be $70,000. I'm not wearing a green shirt. I can't afford those prices, okay? The only reason I went to WrestleMania last year for day one is because my buddy had an extra ticket and I went with him. I can't afford these prices. And then you gotta go to Saudi. Who's gonna go travel to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania? Not the hardcore fans. That's for damn sure. They're not gonna do that. Okay? Because first off, depending where you live in the country of America, that the price alone for the plane is gonna cost you a couple thousand. Then Saudi Arabia hotel, they only have like 6-star hotels there. Okay? You can't afford a hotel. I'll tell you something. When I went to WrestleMania 33 in 2017 with my buddy Terrell, okay, we flew there. We got our hotel and our tickets for combined less than it would to get nosebleeds at a WrestleMania this year. They're pricing out the fans, okay? And I get it. It's a company. It's a business. You gotta do. It's all about the money, but it's just too damn much. Okay, I would tell you something though. I hope it changes. I hope it goes back to being the way it should be, because I've been to WrestleMania. I've been to a WrestleMania. I've been to one and a half WrestleManias, and the experience of seeing a WrestleMania, especially the one I went to in WrestleMania 33, seeing the Hardy Boys come back, is something I'll never forget. And it's just the prices. How are you gonna do $30,000 for front seat? I'm not Jelly Roll, okay? I'm not Rick Rubin. I can't afford those prices. And then the partnership with Saudi, it's just, what are you doing? The ring looks like you got Slim Jim's logos and corporate sponsors. It looks ridiculous. And it's just, I don't know if it's Triple H now that he's taken over, TKO, or what, but man, you are pricing out the fans. It is not fair, okay? But like I said, it's a business, so tough noogie. You know, if they want to make their prices $70,000 for rent seat, there's a market for that. If you can afford it, you will go. But it's just that's what makes me heartbroken. And the fact that, let me just say something. I shouldn't complain about this because I live in Las Vegas. Having it back to back in Vegas, I don't like that. Okay, every year for as I can remember, they always went to different places. They always showed next WrestleMania is gonna be here, and you get hyped to that. And yeah, I'll try my best to find a cheap ticket to go to WrestleMania. But I like when they go places and places and places and places. But WrestleMania in Saudi is just it's ridiculous. It's too much, and the same with the UFC, and it's just I'm sorry. I don't see anybody even the no, I think it's going to be a bunch of Saudi billionaires and the green shirt guy just watching WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. But other than that, I got coming off the first show. We talked about WrestlePalooza. That was a show. AEW stole the weekend. If you want to talk anything else, sports, I'm probably gonna have a live stream when I can. As much as anybody wants to watch me mumble my way through a conversation, uh, I follow me on Twitter or X. It's Brat Said That, and then I'm gonna have a YouTube channel where I'm gonna post these things. I want to make something of this because I see other people doing these, and like I don't want to say they don't know anything, but they don't know shit. You know. But yeah. So thank you all for coming in. I think I got 3 viewers on my first show. Hey, one of those is probably my girlfriend. Love you, babe. But overall, that's the first episode of Brat Said That. We're gonna talk more about other conversations, other sports. Football season is ramping up. Uh, Baseball seasons. We're heading into the playoffs, and yeah. So thank you all for even if it's for 30 seconds to look at my handsome face to coming in the stream. This is just a work in progress. This isn't supposed to be a home run. This is my first time up at bat. So, yeah. Excuse me while I itch my ear. Uh, I'm Brett Jackson, and thank you all for coming to the very first episode of Brat Said That.